Hi everyone, let's start the meeting with a huge round of applause. Today it's a very special day because it's a joint meeting by Eloquent Toastmaster Club and Leaders Connect Toastmaster Club and Storytelling Toastmaster Club. Three clubs together, and let's see how they make impactful in your life. So I'm going to state the mission of the club. That is, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience where members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, which result in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And in this meeting, we have some ground rules. Like first is, please everyone keep themselves mute until and unless they are speaking, and second is please turn on your video so that it can be more engaging and interactive one. I request everyone to turn on their videos. Second is the kindly put your mobile phone on switch off mode or on the silent mode so that there will not be any hindrance in between. Have 10 seconds for that. Just check once all I've put your mobile phones on silent or maybe on switch off mode. The third and final rule is we don't talk about sex, politics, and religious on it in a derogatory manner. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to the presiding officer for the meeting, that is Toastmaster Mohit. A huge round of applause for him.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, for that wonderful start to this meeting. It's indeed a special meeting today with all three clubs coming together and jointly working towards fulfilling our common mission to empower our members to become better communicators and more effective leaders. In each meeting, we have a special theme, and today's theme is about uh, consistency. So the theme is from reps to results, the power of consistency. We'll be hearing more about this theme shortly when our Toastmaster of the day joins in. I see that we have guests today, so I would like to welcome all the guests, and we will want to know you better as you participate in one of the segments, which is called the table topic segment. This is an impromptu speaking segment. It follows from the prepared speeches, and we will want to know you better as you participate in that segment, which is open to all the guests to participate in. Now, some club business. I'm happy to announce that yesterday there was a Division G International Speech and Table Topics contest. Some of us attended that from our Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Monica and me participated, contested as part of the Table Topics and ISC contest. And from Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Ashish and Toastmaster Mrinal participated. And I'm super happy to announce, and please join me in uh, clapping and applauding that Toastmaster Ashish and Toastmaster Mrinal, both from Eloquent Toastmasters Club, have won the contest at the Division G level. So, huge round of applause for Toastmaster Ashish and Toastmaster Mrinal. I think we have Ashish in the meeting room, and we also have Mrinal as well. Super happy to have you present with us. I'll
Thank you.
spotlight you just for a few moments to congratulate you. Ashish is here as well. So, congratulations and huge round of applause for you. Your performance was amazing, mind boggling, and lot to learn for all of us who are present there.
Lot to learn
And
on present.
for the guests and for the members, just so you know, this means that both Ashish and Mrinal would be representing Division G at the district level. The district level contest happens between May 16th and May 18th as part of Oration 2025 in Gurugram. So they will be contesting there, and we have all of us have our best wishes for you so that you can win at the district level. Any one or two words about how you felt, Mrinal and Ashish, from the win yesterday? Mrinal, over to you first.
Hi, everybody. And thank you, Mohit sir, for some of the kind and the more inspiring words. See, win was just a win. I was actually not competing for win. Honestly speaking, being 5.5 weeks into these Toastmasters, I hardly know about the smallest, what do you say, these nitty-gritties of the things. But still, being our club, where Toastmaster Ashish, Sharad, and everybody is there, they have made me such comfortable that I have been able to take part in these competitions like flawlessly because I don't think of things because I'm a person who don't carry a lot of baggage and regrets and all that. So that's how it is. But the experience was supreme. I actually learned a lot from you, while I actually learned lot from the other participants, especially from the table topic perspective. Since I was the last one, I unfortunately did not get to hear everybody because everybody would have come up with a lot of amazing content. But from my perspective, the experience was amazing. Loved it.
Wonderful, Mrinal. It's encouraging to see that you are so new into Toastmasters, and it doesn't take a lot of like years in Toastmasters to be able to compete and even win the contest. So this is a huge learning for all of the new members who are with us. And Ashish, any few words from you?
Thank you.
Yeah, firstly, thanks, Mohit. And I'm meeting Mrinal first time after the contest. So, heartiest congratulations to you.
Thank
And
you.
just one
Same to you.
message to new members, one thing which is very close to my heart is that the vehicle, the way it starts, is actually relative to the destination it's going to reach. And you all know how a rocket start or the bullock cart starts. So our friend Mrinal is nothing less than a rocket fuel person, and amazing, super amazing to have people like you who are so courageous and who have so many lovely stories to share with all of us. Thanks so much and heartiest congratulations. Regarding my own journey, it's been but 5 years nearly, and I think I couldn't be more blessed, delighted, and grateful. So many friends here, and I was telling Mohit, frankly and honestly, I think Renal alluded to it. We often say that all the participants who participate are the winners, because in the end these trophies are, I can tell you, worthless. And I want to congratulate Toastmaster Monica, Toastmaster Ayushi from our club. And Toastmaster Ayushi, mind you, participated in both table topic as well as speech contest. And I find it hard to prepare for one, and I can't even fathom what happens if you have to prepare for both. So I think that's the kind of spirit. And Toastmaster Monica participated, Toastmaster Mohit participated. And yesterday I was telling Mohit that first time when I saw his speech couple of years back in the district contest. Mind you, he has one division and he has represented his club in the district, and I happened to watch his speech, and that's what inspired me to, kind of set a dream that I should reach here one day. So glad to see that again it is Mohit with whom I'm associated now when this dream is getting fulfilled. Wow, supremely grateful, and truly look forward to it. And big thank you for both the club, all three clubs. Actually, I've been part of uh, Storytellers and Leaders Connect as a sponsor of the club for last nearly 6-9 months, and of course Eloquent being my home club. Can't be more grateful. It might have sounded like a award winning or Filmfare award winning speech, but honestly it's much more than how grateful I am for all of you to have contributed to my journey towards growth. And of course, as you know, the like I said, it's the participation that matters, not the winning. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Wonderful, Ashish. Thanks for those words. It means a lot to us. And I'm actually getting goosebumps as you share your journey and our association, which goes back so many, I think 6 to 9 months now. So Again, kudos, congratulations. Keep it on, like do your best and enjoy the journey. That's what matters. Thank you, both of you. Now, taking the meeting forward, let's invite on stage our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neetal. Toastmaster Neetal is from Hyderabad. She is a chartered accountant working with Deloitte India. She's the vice president of Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club, an avid reader and a fitness enthusiast. No wonder she's coming with a theme called Reps to Results. So please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Neetal on the virtual stage. Neetal, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, and thanks for a wonderful intro. And once again, congratulations to Toastmaster Ashish and Mrinal for winning the competition. I had a discussion with Ashish, and the way he was expressing the journey was amazing. So I would definitely look forward to participate in next year and win it. So let's begin today's theme of the day. So I would like to ask a question before I start. What do you understand by the topic reps to results? Anyone want to take a guess?
Shall I? Acha, please go ahead, Sharad.
Yeah, please, Mrinal.
What I think is this is a kind of an effort paradox, because from reps to results, because we need to do those efforts during when nobody is seeing, but we'll get the results. So they generally say that these trophies are won when you are practicing. You just lift those trophies at the competition. This is what I mean to it. It's a kind of an effort paradox.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, Sharad, your take on it, Toastmaster Sharad.
Yeah, Neetal. Sorry.
Yeah. So what I think is, yes, this little steps which we called as reps put together and bring a huge more effect, like breaking down a giant target or goal. So these small steps are very important to, but we need to be consistent in that. If we are consistent in that, definitely it works and a big goal is achieved.
Yes, definitely. So now that we know what reps represent, I want to ask, how many of you have set a goal just to know that you have failed or you have given up and then fell back into your old habits? Yeah, Toastmaster Mohit.
Oh, yes. Several times I would have set goals and only to fall back to the old habits. I think the most recent one would be the daily steps count that I thought I will achieve 10,000 every day. And I mean, I think in day 4 or day 5 itself, I'm slipping behind the target big time.
Okay, yeah, it happens. And what we can do about it, we will see in the talk about it in the next few minutes or the few session as session progresses. So I would like to hear from Toastmaster Monica, though she did not raise her hand.
So sorry, I've been all lost into some thoughts. Can you please raise the question again?
So did you hear what is the meaning of reps to results derivation from Toastmaster Mrinal and Sharath? Okay.
Totally lost. So sorry.
So I'll give you time to get back into the meeting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else want to take? Yeah, I see Toastmaster Hemant. Yeah.
I think it's a number of repetitions we do to consider ourselves ready for the competition. Like whenever you are preparing for any competition, you repeat yourself or you make revisions until you find yourself that now, yes, it is a level by which we can we can attain a level in the competition.
Okay, yes, true. So today my motto of this theme would be on the fitness and health. Though reps count in every aspect of life, but today I would restrict myself to the fitness aspect of it. So I would like to ask here, how many of you have a routine, a yoga, gym, or any kind of other form of fitness? You can raise your hand virtually. I can see Toastmaster Hirinder, Toastmaster Hemant, Shivam, Vinod. Yeah, not many. So here, so there's like a saying goes over the years, countless individuals fall into the trap of quick fixes, like crash diets, extreme calorie cuts, detox teas, and rigid workout challenges, promising fast results. This method often deliver rapid weight loss or a weight gain, but at a steep cost. So how many of you have fallen into the rigid of yo-yo dieting, only to see that you have lost it all? I can see Toastmaster Deepthi. Thanks for coming up. So I was one among them who believed in yo-yo dieting, do juice dieting, do a crash dieting or low carb dieting or no carb dieting or a high fat diet. Yeah, Toastmaster Bob texted me. Yeah, I know that. So he was on a sugar cut for a month or so to gain back all in one wedding that I know about. So how do you think it can be dealt with? What are the quick few questions that we can ask ourselves? So today I want you to take back some questions to answer yourself with this session and see where you stand. And we'll let you know how the accountability partner, what Toastmaster Ashish started, will help you in your journey. So we'll get on that as well. So the reps represents the repetition of an exercise that you do at a gym. So you follow a routine where you work out for a certain duration of time for a certain number of sets with certain number of repetitions. So say you're doing a bicep curl, you will follow like 12 repetitions in one set with three sets. So that is called as reps to results. So how many reps you can do and how you progress on your repetitions on the sets, that matters a lot. So what people think of gym. So today I would restrict myself to gym routine. So any of you have gone to gym only to give up? I can see Toastmaster Shivam, Toastmaster Sharad, Toastmaster Mohit. So I would like to ask Toastmaster Shivam, what made you started and what made you give up?
Yeah, actually, it was during my days when I was in the college in third year. And normally in third year, you like it's the general saying that you go on to try some new stuff, something like habitual and all that. So I just thought, let's start with the gym because now I'm in third year. The subjects are limited. I have plenty of time to work on. I started it for a month
Okay.
and and that's it. And it's not like I gave up. It was more like the environment did not suited me. And in what sense? Like I was more on a I would say person who likes to go out rather than gym for the exercise and all. Because in gym, I felt like it was more like constraining things. For me, it was more like you're very much focused on lifting weight, fitness, and all that pressure I did not wanted to experience. So instead of that, I just like after 1 month, I thought let's just get back into the regular routine, and from there I just continued over the regular walks and the runs I sometimes have outside, like in the road. or in the
Okay,
field.
that's great.
That's my take on that.
So
Back to you.
Toastmaster Sharad, you want to add anything?
My story kind of resonate with Shivam. So I started gym in my college days only. That to be exactly in third year as well. So the thing is like I stopped doing it. I come to know that that is a time when we have a growth going on. So some people say that if you join gym very in early age, so your height didn't grow that much. So I think and people take supplement as well, so I do think that it should be natural one, so we don't need it. So instead of gym, I switched to some sports which I'm more inclined to. So I stopped doing that gym in that days, but I want to join it now from
Okay.
maybe few months later. Yes.
So there are common myths. So just for a disclosure, I don't have any certification on nutrition or fitness. These are only my learning over so many years of training. And I'm sharing just the experience that I have and the learning that I got over the years. So there is no scientific, I mean, there are scientific papers, but nothing what I say stand hold against me. So what people commonly think the gym is for? Extreme body transformation and sculpting. You see bodybuilders posting on the stage and you think, especially the women's, they think they'll get bulky if they lift heavy. Youthful and peak physical performance. So what Sharad was saying, that it will stop your height from growing, or your any of the body transformation happens. That's a myth again. Social comparison and competition. So what Toastmaster Shiva mentioned, that he got into a peer pressure of lifting heavy because someone else was doing it. Quick fix for weight loss. So many of women or men starts gym thinking that they will lose 30 kgs, 20 kgs. That took over many years for them to gain. And they think that they will lose it in 3 months of time. And requirement for extensive gyms, routines or supplements. So that these are all myths. It might be one that we have not studied enough on it, or we tend to follow the old conception ki meri dadi nani ye karti thi. So there are many people who still fall into that aspects, comparing their lifestyle to their ancestors. They might be working on agricultural field, which we are not doing. All of us here are into some kind of software jobs, and we all have sitting jobs. Most of them I know about. Some might be exception, but we can't compare our lifestyle to their. We can't compare the current situation of the production that we are getting to their. So that's a myth that we have to debunk. And that will only come when we self-educate ourselves. And we will talk more on it. So before that, I'll introduce to the Toastmaster theme. I have introduced to the Toastmaster theme, and we'll talk about how a typical Toastmaster meeting runs. So the Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 segments. The first one will be with the prepared speeches. So today we have 3 prepared speeches, and in that we have 2 icebreaker speech. And then we will have our table topic segment, followed by the evaluation. So before that, we will call upon our general evaluator of the day, Vinod Sharma, Toastmaster Vinod Sharma. So a quick intro about Toastmaster Vinod. One second. Toastmaster Vinod is a passionate marketer, marathon runner, traveler, and voracious reader with a rich professional journey spanning leading firms like Fidelity International Gartner, My Loan Care, and Bay One Solutions. So over to you, Toastmaster Vinod.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for bringing such a beautiful topic. I think it's so important for all of us. Rome wasn't built in a single day, and I believe small, consistent efforts in a longer span of time bring in a lot of results, and that's what happens with fitness too. Because I do go to gym on a consistent basis. Just a thing which worked for me. I read a quote somewhere in a book that. Our mind is hardwired to seek comfort. Whenever you have a doubt whether you need to go to gym or not, do not think about whether you are exhausted, what exercises you will do, and all of these things. Just plan you will go to gym. That's the only thing you need to do. Rest, once you reach the gym, you will decide on all of those things. This is one mantra which worked for me on all those days. I'm exhausted. I don't have enough energy. I prefer to keep my comfort seeking mind on the backside, and I take action. So that's something which is important. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. I am the general evaluator of today's meeting. Let me tell you a story. This is a story of one of the most decorated Olympian of all times, Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps was struggling to move from the blocks. He was not able to get to the perfection, and that's when his coach Bob Bowman reached out to him. He helped him with his stance, and over a period of time, that simple change of changing the stance helped him to win 8 gold medals in Olympic 2002. So that's what happens when there is mentorship involved, and that's what we do in Toastmasters as well. Today, in this whole the role of the general evaluator is to evaluate the whole meeting from the start till the end, and it's a humongous task. It is not something which can be done by a single person. To help me with this humongous task, I have with me the team of tag team players, timer, accounter, and grammarian. Let me call upon stage the timer of today's meeting. I'm not sure about the timer. Could we please get on stage? Could you please get on stage?
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod. So, as the timer of the day, my role is to make sure that every speaker conclude his or her speech within the time allotted by. For the prepared speech section, the allotted time is 5 minutes to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, just a moment, allow me to share my screen. Is my screen visible? Is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation. So, as I was saying, at 5 minutes, I will show a green card. At 6 minutes, I will show a yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show a red card. No need to be afraid of this. This red card shows that you have 30 minutes to conclude your speech. Moving forward, for the table topic section, we have the time limit that is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, the red card. For the evaluation section, we have the allotted time that is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show a yellow one. And at 3 minutes, I will show the red card. With that being said, I'll present my report at the end of the session when called upon by the general evaluator. Back to you, Toastmaster Vinod. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. Time and tides wait for none. If you want to understand the importance of a decade, ask that corporate employee who didn't save for the whole decade and had to suffer post-retirement. If you want to understand the importance of 1 year, ask that student who didn't study for a whole 1 year and then got failed. If you want to understand the importance of 1 millisecond, ask that athlete who lost the race even after preparing for years because of that 1 millisecond. Time is absolutely important. Let's make sure we are being judicious in respect to the time. Now, I would like to call upon stage the accounter of today's meeting, Toastmaster Accounter.
Good morning, Toastmasters of the day, Neetal, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Our goal should be joy and success And I think once we decide that, we can definitely look after our routine and including our health, which is supposed to be the theme of the day. In fact, I just spoke this word, and I realized that this is one of the word which is not to be spoken. Right. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prem, for beautifully explaining your role. Do you remember the last time you were browsing a YouTube video and there were a lot of ads in between? And you didn't like them, right? All of these speeches, whenever there are ahs, these are all the fillers. These stops the audience to engage with you in the perfect manner. And what we do in case of YouTube, we purchase YouTube Premium. I want all of us to have this YouTube Premium service so that when we speak, we don't have any ahs, and any fillers, so that we can beautifully engage with our audience. With this, I will invite on stage Toastmaster, the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So today I'm taking the role of grammarian, and you know everyone that grammar is very important while speaking as well, because your sense completely changes when you just use it wrongly. So I would note down the good usage of grammar in today's meeting and not so good usage of the grammar as well. As a grammarian of the day, I would also give you the word of the day, that is fugacious. That means something that lasts for a short time. I can say by taking an example that inconsistent yo-yo dieting has a fugacious impact on the body. And I would also like to give the idiom of the day, that is piece of cake, something that is very easy to do. And I request all the speaker and guests to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day, that is fugacious and the piece of cake. For the benefit of all the members, I would write it in the chat section as well, the word of the day and idiom of the day. And I'll share my report when called upon by the General Evaluator in the end. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharad. At the end of the meeting, I will present my report with the team of tag players, and I hope this meeting is going to be a piece of cake for you and you speak very beautifully. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinod, for introducing your role and your tag team role. So now we'll start with our first section of the Toastmasters meeting, that is prepared speeches. So the first speech will be given by Toastmaster Vibhanshu, and his evolution will be done by Toastmaster Ashish. So quick intro about Toastmaster Ashish. Many of you know him already. So Ashish Agarwal is a finance profession by profession and a Toastmaster by passion. Ashish has served as an area director and various club EC roles, including president. So over to you, Toastmaster Ashish.
Sorry, took a little bit more than expected to unmute myself. I hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes.
Yes, unmuting can also be not a piece of cake sometimes. All right, so today I have the pleasure of evaluating an icebreaker, guys. how many times we have icebreaker, and I think a meeting with an icebreaker turn into a really special meeting as well. And therefore, at the end of the icebreaker speech, I'll request everybody to stand up and give a thunderous round of applause. Today the speaker, my target speaker, Toastmaster Vibhanshu, is going to share the icebreaker from the pathway presentation mastery. It's been a few months now that Toastmaster Vibhanshu has joined us, and he has taken the stage number of times. By the way, he's one person. The moment table topic is going on, he will definitely take the stage, and he has inspired so many of us by his amazing table topics. And I am dead sure that today he's going to rock the stage. Saying that, Toastmaster Vibhanshu, no pressure. Take a deep breath and rock. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. So, Vibhanshu, before we start, your title of the speech?
Yeah, the guy looked like me. Am I audible?
It's little unclear actually. Is it for everyone?
Am I audible now?
Yeah,
No.
little better.
Let me remove my.
Once you are away, it is not very clear.
Yeah.
Give me a
If you're
second.
close to the mic, it's better. You're closer to the computer, it is better. But once you're away, it is not very clear.
1 second. Is it better now? Hello?
Yeah, it's fine.
But now I'm not getting your voice. Hello?
Yeah, it is fine.
Yeah. So should I start now?
Yeah, just let me introduce you.
Okay.
So, Toastmaster
So
Vibhanshu.
have you ever looked at somebody who looks like you, but on a different stage of life? Maybe he's better than you. If I talk about me, it happened few years ago when I was a student. Till class 6, I was an okay student. You already know the okay means the person who is not that much of great that he's getting rewards, or he's not that much bad that he's scolded. So I used to see myself as an okay student. And if I talk about maths, oh please, it was one of the toughest subject for me, and especially algebra. It used to look like it is written in Greek, and I used to feel puzzled whenever I used to see X and Y. And I used to feel fear from maths. But I have a desire that I also wanted to be a brilliant student. And then came class 7th. And I started studying better, but I was finding somebody who can help me to become better. And the result came out, and I saw, surprise, surprise, this time again, I was an average student. But that day, something changed inside of me. I saw in my class, in my section, that there was a guy whose name is Akash. He was the topper of the class. And I looked at him and I saw that this guy has same height that I have, same body shape that I had, the same kind of eyes that I have, but on a different grades. So inside of me, I said that he is standing where I should be. And I decided that I want a friend like him. And I said myself that I will be his friend and I will make him my friend. And the summer vacation started. And in that summer vacation, like other people, they like to travel a lot. They go in Nani's house and all. I went nowhere. And I was just thinking about every day that when I will meet this guy. Finally, the summer vacations ended. And I ran to school, not for study, but to meet this genius clone of mine. And the first day when I met him, I asked him that I want to be his friend, and he was also polite and humble. We became friends, and he started helping me. For the first time, I started noticing that now maths has become my friend. I started improving. I started feeling like I'm becoming better day by day. But one day, I was talking to Akash, his name is Akash, and I asked him one of the toughest questions of my book, and he said, Vivanshu, today I don't want to help you. I said, what happened, bro? he said again, I think you asked so many questions, and now I feel if I will keep on helping you, you will be in my place. I started thinking inside of me, what the hell this man is talking about? But I said nothing. I was silent. And like other people, they cry a lot whenever they hear these kind of negative words from other people. I did nothing. But I said to myself, from this year, Akash, you will never get marks like me. You will never will be able to beat me. So I took like a challenge inside of me. And from that year, I started studying harder. My focus increased. I became more serious about my study. And also, I took one decision that in my class, I will find people who are less talented than me, less brilliant than me. And I started helping those people. Because I believe that if I'm helping somebody, that is the greatest way that I can repeat those things again and again. And like study can become a piece of cake for me. And this happened really in my life, that everything became piece of cake in my life in terms of my study. And I started memorizing things easily and effortlessly as compared to Akash and other people who were doing best in their life in schooling time. So in 8th class, there were 50 people in my whole section, and I was the topper in my class. And this time, maths was not like a horror movie for me. This time, it became a close friend for me, and I marks a good like I forget the marks, but yeah, I got good marks in mathematics in that time. In class ninth, there were around 200 people in as compared to all if I combine all the sections, and I got second position in the class. In class 10th, it was like I did something which was totally amazing and unexpected even for me. I got 99 marks in mathematics, and it was surprising because nobody in the whole, I can say, district got this much of marks in mathematics that time. So I was also awarded, and this totally changed my perspective that yes, having a right friend or having a right person in life can truly impact a lot. Later on, in 12th class, I also did well best, and yeah, I improved myself, and I was also one of the top student in my class. Later on, me and Akash both changed the schools, colleges, because I went for something else and he went for something else. We were studying different kind of degrees, but even today, he's my close friend, and because of him, I became a smart man. If I talk about what I learned from this story of my life, there are three things that I learned. Number one, eagles always fly on certain heights where only another eagle can fly. So if you believe that you want to fly like an eagle, you want to reach on certain height, you have to find somebody who's already flying on that height, and you have to learn how to fly. So in my life, Akash was one of the person who helped me to be smarter in my studies. The second thing that I learned, that choose your enemies wisely. So I always believe that if I want to compete something, I have to find somebody who's better than me. And for me, Akash was that person. And the third thing that I learned, that we also need to find people who are less talented than us, or I can say less brilliant than us, so that we can help those people. And if we are doing this, believe me, things will effortlessly flow in your life. You will be more talented than people who are spending a lot of hours to study and learn and all. Because you don't have to make a lot of notes in your mind, because every people will ask questions if you are surrounded by people who are less talented than you. So this happened with me, and naturally things started flowing in my life. Now, if I talk about today, if somebody is saying that Vivanshu, you are too smart, I think about my past. And I just say myself that I used to be an ordinary man who found another ordinary man whose name is Akash and became a smart man. So, like me, like everybody is looking for something. Maybe somebody is trying to gain their weight. Like me, I'm also getting new friends. I'm even today, I'm just doing the same thing. I make friends who are better than me, and they are helping me. So the same strategy in my life is still working in my career and all, in my sales profession as well. I took the same step when I was struggling in sales. I found a person who are doing great sales, and now I'm one of the top salesperson in the company. So yeah, I always believe that if somebody is looking to grow in life or want to achieve something, so like what I did, I started seeing myself where I want to see in a person. We need to find somebody who is looking like us and who is where we want to reach. So that person may not look like some always like in shape or maybe in our height, but yes, where we want to reach, it should be matching. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech and thank you so much.
Let's give a standing ovation to our icebreaker, Toastmaster Vibhanshu.
Thank you.
Let's take a minute to give him feedback over the chat. Timer, please let us know once a minute is over. So 1 minute is up. You please keep giving the feedback that we move on to our next speech of the day. So our next speech of the day is by Toastmaster Hemant Singh. And Hemant Singh evaluation would be done by Toastmaster Deepti. So Toastmaster Deepti is a technical writer by choice and a Toastmaster by chance, a mother to young kids. She looks forward to self-discovery and personal growth through Toastmasters. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you so much, Neetal. It's a pleasure and honor to evaluate my target speaker, Toastmaster Hemant Singh Tanwar today. Hemant is delivering his icebreaker speech and his pathway is dynamic leadership. In the icebreaker speech, the basic purpose is for the member to introduce himself or herself and or an aspect of their personality. And through this, they learn the basic structure of a public speech. I wish Hemant the very best of luck. Look forward to hearing you, Hemant. And I'll share my evaluation in the when the general evaluator calls me on stage. Back to you, Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. So before we start, Toastmaster Hemant, please share your title of the speech.
The title will be Life is Beautiful.
No, thank you. So quick intro of Toastmaster Hemant. So Toastmaster Hemant is a chartered accountant by profession and a storyteller at heart who loves adventurous bike rides. So Toastmaster Hemant, sorry, I forgot your topic. Missed your topic. Happiness. Title of the
Life
speech,
is
please.
beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Okay.
Title of the speech will be Life is Beautiful.
Your audio and audio are not in sync. There's a break.
Hello, am I audible now?
You're audible, but video is not clear. Is it for everyone? Yeah.
Should I leave and join again? Just a second.
Yeah. So till the time Toastmaster Hemant join back, let's have some more myths about workout that we were talking about. So what is one biggest myth that comes to your mind, or one biggest drawback that you see if you want to join gym today? what will stop you from doing it? I'll take with Toastmaster Deepthi. She's not here. So, anyone want to take on it? What is one thing that is stopping you from joining gym today?
I think you don't have support. Usually people like, if they have someone as well, maybe their friends who can do gym with them. So when they are doing it alone, so they don't usually get motivated. So maybe that's the myth.
So, Toastmaster Rahul, when you joined this club today, many of us would have joined as an unknown guest. Like today, we have Toastmaster Jyoti. So, do you make friends after joining, or you expect friends to be in the club before you join?
Yes, I definitely made friends after joining Toastmasters. So when I joined, I was like alone. But yeah, after joining Toastmasters club, yes, I definitely made friends.
So, same thing goes for gym. When you join, you might be an unknown person, but over a period of time, you will make wonderful friends.
Yes,
I did make. I have like 10 plus friends now with whom I play badminton occasionally on weekends. And they were all unknown to me once upon a time.
yeah,
So,
I second your thoughts.
so Toastmaster Hemant is back.
Yeah, is my voice clearly audible now?
Yes. So, Toastmaster Hemant, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful, Toastmaster Hemant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal Jain. Today, I'm Hemant Singh Tamar, and today is my second icebreaker speech at Toastmasters. My first icebreaker was in 2020, long time back, and honestly speaking, I don't remember a bit of it, except for I'm feeling the same level of nervousness today. So let me take you through different phases of my life. My father is a finance professional. He is retired from a government PSU, and my mother is a homemaker. I was born in a small village of district Mahendragarh, Haryana. But I was brought up in Chandigarh. And that is the best thing which happened to me in my life. I did my graduation from DAV College, Chandigarh. Initially, I was a bit disappointed because BCom there was boys only. And I was further disappointed when I left the college because they made it co-ed just after I left the college. But looking back today, I feel fun in boys' college is next level. Also, sorry, also, it never felt like a boys' college because it was right on the Gedi route of Chandigarh. For those unfamiliar with Chandigarh, let me tell you, there is an official Gedi route, and a road with the official name of Gedi route, which runs through major girls' college of Chandigarh. And people there go for a drive without any particular destination. So all the boys would head for the girls' college for Gedi. And where did all the girls go? DAV college. Exactly. My college, my college days were so uh, uh, enjoying, were so good that I wish my son also did do his graduation from there. Today also, when I sit with my college friends, our stories are just endless. Another major feature of another major part of my college life was my bike. We used to ride up to places like Kasoli or Shimla just to enjoy some parathas. After my college life, I embarked upon my journey to do chartered accountancy. For 3 years, my life was a cycle of study, sleep, repeat. All my friends who started CA with me either gave up or failed. I found myself writing papers with my seniors who were having their 5th or 7th attempt. In one of the exams, there was a very old Sardarji with very long white beard who was sitting in front of me, asked me for an answer, and it scared me. I felt like CA is a chakravyuh where it is easy to enter but very difficult to exit. The the finals and I then doubled my efforts. The final was grueling. There were 8 papers for 8 days. I gave it my best, and with the God's grace, I was able to complete the entire CA in the first attempt only. After my chartered accountancy, I got a lot of job offers. I wanted to stay in Chandigarh, but my father insisted that I join a government company. So I ended up in BHEL with my initial posting at Hyderabad. I became very homesick. I, being the only outstation candidate, there was no one even to talk to after the office hours. Every day felt like endless until on the 8th day, I saw a long line of engineers standing there for joining. I was on cloud 9. I made very good friends. It felt like my college days are back again. After 3 months, I got transferred to Haridwar. But when my transfer got confirmed from Hyderabad to Haridwar, I realized that Hyderabadi biryani is the best food in the entire universe. On reaching Haridwar, my my homesickness continued. In a 6 days work week, I used to travel to Chandigarh every Saturday night and return on Monday morning. Fortunately, my father got transferred to Kotdwar, a place 100 kilometers away from Haridwar. So my weekend trips transformed into bike rides through dense forest of Rajaji National Park. And I used to love those rides with only my bike, me, and the empty roads of the jungle. After 6 long years, I was then transferred to Delhi. My sister also got a job in Delhi at the same time and moved in with me, making life much better. In 2014, I got married. In 2018, I was blessed with a baby boy. 2 years back, I shifted to Gurgaon, a city which holds a special place in my heart. During my childhood times, I used to visit my nanny's place here for vacations, uh, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. I fondly remember uh, taking baths in tube wells and uh, spending carefree days in fields. With the paucity of time, I will keep it brief, but writing this speech made me relive all those beautiful moments. That's why I titled it Life is Beautiful, Live It. Thank you, Toastmaster, for this wonderful flashback. Thank you.
Let's give a standing ovation to our icebreaker, Toastmaster Hemant. Let's take a minute to give him a feedback on his wonderful delivery of his icebreaker speech. Timer, please let us know when 1 minute is over. Our next speech will be Toastmaster Monica. Toastmaster Monica, can you please confirm your vision presentation? Yeah. The Toastmaster We'll go to our third speech of the day by Toastmaster Monica, and Toastmaster Monica's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Deepak.
I can't hear you, Neetal.
No one can hear me?
I mean, is it with me or everybody else?
No, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I think it's with me.
You're able to hear now,
Yes,
Toastmaster
yes.
Monica?
I think it was my problem. Yeah, resolved.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Toastmaster Monica's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak hails from Rewari and works in Gurgaon's global trade operations for a pharmaceutical company. He joined Toastmaster to foster confident and communication skills. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. It's pleasure to evaluate the speech today. Today, as evaluator, my target speaker is Toastmaster Monica. Toastmaster Monica, also known as Magical Mona, has 23 plus year of corporate experience and 2 years as a life coach. As a life coach, healer, Toastmaster, author, and podcaster, she empowers professionals to build emotional resilience and unlock inner strength. Her mantra, every change begins within first. She will be delivering her speech on the Pathway Visionary Communication Level 5 Project 1. Under this Level 5, it's develop your vision having two speech slows and second speech for her. The speech title is Vision is Imparison. Timer, kindly note the speech timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Monica, for your speech. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. So Toastmaster Monica, vision is impression. Vision is impression. Toastmaster Monica.
How many of you have goals been defined for you? Just raise your hand. Mhm. And when you start to work on your goals, what comes into your mind first? Your strengths or your limitations? Strength, left hand. Limitations, right hand. Nice. One more question. You know the goals. How many of you are clear about your vision? Where do you stand 5 years from now? Just raise your hand. Super. Now, when I was working on this project, it actually gave me a lot of perspective, which I really want to share with you. To begin with, when we start working on our own self, many of us really don't know what we really want. That means we really don't have a clarity even to what we are wanting to achieve as in a goal. And this is statistics and research is being done, which clearly defines the people who have the goals defined for them are approximately 40% more likely to achieve those results. But approximately only 10% would be the community which defines a goal for them. And then I got to know from my mentor, individual goals don't matter unless you know what the bigger picture is. And my dear friend, this bigger picture is your vision about yourself. How do you want to go ahead in your life? That day, I created a vision for myself. And this is the vision I also shared in my speech one. That is to work on myself and become the best emotional coach in India. Superb. I was full of energy and I started to work on myself every single day because if we have to work on others, we really need to master the skill ourselves. My path was definitely very clear. But then I heard Les Brown saying, vision is imprisoned because people with vision live a narrow life. They are imprisoned by the thoughts and beliefs and the goals that they have. They narrow themselves down to achieve what they are visioning about. And that led me to think, where am I? Should I be happy that I have a vision? Or should I worry that I am now in the imprison? But having said that, I realized it's something like how seed experiences its growth. As a seed, we get a thought or maybe idea. And when the seed germinates, likewise, when our idea germinates deep inside our feelings and emotion, we create a vision for ourselves. And while walking on the path of the vision, we actually get connected with not only what we truly are meant for, but eventually what we really want to resolve in our life. Similar thing happened with me yesterday. For me, going through or completing the ISCTT tournament or competition became one of the stepping stone or milestone to lead to the path where I want to go. I was well prepared. I spent my time on it. I worked myself because, of course, I had a vision, me performing on international stage down the line. But yesterday, destiny had a different plan for me. Of course, I couldn't even make to top 3. Forget about speaking on the international stage. And because of my bigger vision of becoming a best emotional coach, I somehow has mastered the skill to not be in the low emotions for a longer time. I don't think so. I felt sad for I not being achieving, but immediately I jumped into analyzing what's happening with me, what is my learning, and how can I use this time or this opportunity to not win this tournament this time or this competition this time and still work on myself. So here I found two major aspects that everybody needs to work upon. And I want to share that with all of you. First is setback. Over working on my emotions and my strength and my weaknesses, what I realize is the setbacks are really necessary to give you a mirror view of your own capabilities, and you can then work on those areas which needs further development. And that can only happen when you ask yourself a right question. What is it I want to achieve from this particular event or milestone? That would be my first question. What I really want to achieve. Probably not this milestone, but there is a bigger vision. So that question itself will reveal you what truly you get connected with. And the second important aspect I really want to tell you is about sacrifice. Now, a question to all of you. When you think of sacrifice, what comes into your mind? Sacrificing what? Generally, it's about sacrificing what we really love, what we cherish. But here is a twist. I want you to sacrifice your beliefs, which actually are not helping you to move forward, but eventually are stopping you. They are becoming a roadblock for you. So you have to sacrifice those convictions, those strong beliefs that you are holding tight in your heart, that I am this or I am that. In a way, the judgment of your own self. And here you can ask yourself, what is it that is not working for me and I am willing to change. So I am sure with the setbacks and the sacrifices as your tools, you can win your life. Now, I want to ask all of you next time, would you think of vision as an imprison or as a journey to growth? Back to all of you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. It was amazing, and I'm speechless to describe the deliverable. Please take a minute to give her feedback in the chat content. Timer, please let us know once the minute is over. Yes, sorry. A minute is over. Before we enter onto our next section of table topics, let me take back to my theme of the day. So we usually talk about most of the organs in our body. So can you guess what is the most vital organ and we tend to overlook it? Anyone want to take a wild guess?
Brain.
Heart.
Okay. We usually take care of them and we talk about it.
The kidneys.
Okay. So muscle.
Eyes.
I mean, I meant to say what we overlook. So muscle is the most vital organ of our body. You cannot call it as an organ, but it is. And we usually talk about heart, liver, kidneys. But what we tend to undervalue is the anatomy of our modern lifestyle and the muscle that is the most important organ. Now you can ask me, why is it important? So if you're lifting your hand, if you're able to perform any of the activity with your body, it is because of the muscles. So the most common thing what we see in the old age group is they don't have any muscle and then they fail to perform the day-to-day activities of life. The metabolic engine that drives the primary site of glucose disposal that we have and the insulin sensitivity, the blood sugar, it's all controlled by the muscle mass you have. So the better the muscle mass in your body, the better it is for you to prevent type 2 diabetes or any metabolic syndrome. Hormonal health is one which is driven by muscle mass. The longevity and vitality. So studies have shown that muscle mass and strength are two strong predictors of lifespan, especially in older adults. So fat burning furnace. So we do many kinds of activities, running, yoga, sprint training, or HIT, or gym training. So everything is driven by the muscle mass. So the better your muscle mass is, you can burn the calories in a more faster way. Movement and injury prevention. So as I said, every time you walk, reach, lift, or even sit upright, your muscles are working. Strong muscle means better posture, balance, and fewer injuries, especially in the knees, back, and shoulders. So why people tend to generally overlook on the muscle? So there are a lot of misconceptions. So there is a cultural misconceptions that I spoke about earlier, that our ancestors never used to work out. And we think the muscle building or strength training is only for bodybuilders. But it is not right to say that. So whenever you have an injury, whenever you go to a physiotherapy, they try to strengthen your muscle. Like if you had a ligament tear or a knee injury, the physiotherapist try to make you work out so that your muscles in that area get strengthened and you recover in a better way. Weight centric mindset. So we tend to see the scale, either we are losing or gaining. But when you gain muscle mass, you tend to gain weight as well. The numbers might go up, but it might not be the fat that is going up. It is a muscle mass. And people try to approach gym only for weight loss, but it should not be the one what you're trying to lose. It should be for the one which you're trying to gain. That is your strength and muscle. And the sedentary lifestyle. So most of us have sitting jobs, and this misconception of 10K steps will do, or the yoga would do, and we can ignore training our muscles, is preventing us from having a correct body composition. So there is a book called Born to Move, where an author, Akshay Chopra, he talks about why 10K steps are important. But the steps are meant, it's a daily routine that an individual should follow. It's a mandatory thing. It's not an exercise. It's a movement that we have to give it to our body. But it doesn't count as an exercise. Moving 10K steps would hardly burn 250 to 300 calories, depending on the pace you're walking. But when you start building muscles, when you do strength training, even when you're resting, the calories are burnt. Fear of bulking up. So this is one of the misconceptions that especially women has, that they would bulk up. So if I see in my gym, I'll be the only woman most of the time lifting weights. So I'll keep my headphone on. I don't see what others are doing and I just lift weight. But I never got bulked up, even I tried a lot. So you can ignore on that misconception. So final thought on the muscle. Muscle is not just something you see in the mirror. It's something that keeps you alive, functional, and thriving. Ignoring it is ignoring a vital part of your health. So whatever you are hitting the gym, taking the stairs, or lifting groceries, you are investing in your most underestimated organ. I'll continue on the other myths associated with weightlifting and how the weightlifting helps in our general day-to-day life. But before that, we will continue with our second section of the team meeting, that is table topics, the fun and where everyone gets a chance to get involved. So today, our table topic master is Toastmaster Seema. Can I see you, Toastmaster Seema?
Hi, good morning. I mean to say good afternoon.
Yes, more 4 minutes. Yeah. So Toastmaster Seema is a passionate learner who believes that with clarity of mind, dedication, and a smile, one can achieve anything in life. Over to you, Toastmaster Seema.
All right. Thank you so much, Neetal, for such a fantastic introduction. Hi, very, very good morning to one and all. So I believe we all are ready. And yes, we all know the rules of the game, that we have to speak 1 to 2 minutes, right? On one, as timer must have told, that you are going to be showcased what the I know you know it. Okay. Right. So we have to speak minimum 1 to 2 minutes. Right. So with this, I'm going to choose the participants. Who would like to speak first on the topic? Let me see. All right. You all want me to pick you up. Okay. Perfect. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Vibhanshu. All right. So, Vibhanshu, for you, the topic is consistency is the mother of success. Consistency is the mother of success. Over to you.
So today, as I was, thank you for giving me this topic. Today, as I was talking about one icebreaker speech, and I said that I started doing good in my studies. So that didn't happen just in a day. I was consistent daily. As I said that I was consistent helping other people. So what I was doing, like other people were taking tuition classes, they were making notes, they were practicing alone in home. Instead of that, what I was doing, I was making less notes, but I was consistent in what I should do. And that is why I started becoming brilliant. So even in our personal life, whatever we are looking for, we have to be consistent, because somewhere I read that like if we wanna fill the bucket, okay, and if we are consistent, we are putting daily one drop of water, the time will come the bucket will be full of water. Similarly, there will be people in life, sometimes we will start feeling that we are stuck in a jail, and we want to break that cycle of that jail, but we are not able to break it because our size is too low. We can say we don't have strength to break it, but I believe that the time comes when we can break in. That can only happen if we are keep on growing ourselves. When we keep on growing ourselves with a consistent efforts in doing the right thing, taking right actions, or doing the right steps in daily life, the time comes that the box cannot like our size cannot be fit in the box, and the box will be broken. So this can all happen only when we are consistent in doing something. So consistency is really the key of success, and without that nobody can increase their size of success, nobody can increase the size in muscles, or nobody can become brilliant like me. So yes, that is very important in life.
Fantastic. No one can become brilliant like me. Wow. So great message. Now with this, I'll move forward. I hope the timings are clear to all of us. Like on one, generally the green color card is shown. On 1 point something, like, I want timer to please tell me what are the time limits so that, it will be clear to me. So on one, we show green, right?
Yes.
Sure. And then 1.30 we show red, sorry, yellow color.
Yeah, at 1 minute 30 seconds.
And then 2 we show the red color. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, the timer. Okay, now with this, let's move on with another participant. So who would like to move forward? Well, I believe, yes. I hope the people who are not showing their lovely face to us, they are on with us on the journey to be their best versions. Okay, perfect. So now with this, I saw someone raised his hand, but then gone.
You can
All right,
call toast
perfect.
guest Jyoti.
Sure, ma'am. So now let's call on the stage Jyoti, the guest Jyoti. Jyoti, where are you?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. How are you doing? Great. So for you, the topic is consistency is the mother of success. However, it is the mother of failure also.
Yes.
Consistency is the mother of success. However, it is the mother of failure also. Over to Jyoti.
Okay. Ma'am, you said if we do a good thing, let's say we go on a morning walk every day, consistently we go on a morning walk every day. So after a year, we will be getting the benefits out of it. But let's say instead of going on a morning walk, we start eating junk food, little junk food every day. We start eating junk food every day, even if it is in a little amount. So instead of the benefit, we'll get the will our body will just get the harm of it. I mean, we'll get harmed by it. Like there's a formula, I don't remember the exact numbers, in which it is like 1.01 to the power 365 is some, I think 37 or something. But if you do 0.99 into 3 to the power into to the power 365, it is I don't remember the numbers, but that is the point. If it is a good habit and we do it regularly, then even if we do a small amount every day consistently, then we'll reap huge benefits out of it. But if it is a bad thing, a bad habit, and we are consistently doing it, thinking ki, it is just a small thing, and but we are repeatedly doing it every day, then it will be a like disaster for us, even if it is small, and but we are consistently doing it every day. So consistency can be good also, and it can be bad also, depending on whether our consistency is a good habit or it is a bad habit.
Perfect. Very well said, Jyoti. Now the next participant. Who would like to come forward? Well, what about Mrinal? Where are you, Toastmaster Mrinal? Would you like to participate?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, please, sure. Let's go ahead.
Perfect. So
Am
Mrinal,
I
Toastmaster
visible?
Mrinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're visible and audible
All right.
both.
All right. All right. All
The
right. Yeah,
topic
please.
for you is only constant in the universe is change, and change is consistent. Only universal in the world, or say universe, one thing I repeat, the change is only constant in the universe, which is consistent. What are your views on it? Over to you. Hope topic is clear. It's simple, easy. Only change is consistent in the universe, right? Constant, right? Continuously happening. So what are your views on it? Right.
Okay. Change is the only consistent thing that happens in the universe. Let me take you to a short story. The soldiers were on the shores. They have just seen the enemy that the enemy has outnumbered them. The enemy artillery is right in front of them to back them to bash them. Everybody was shell shocked. They were thinking of just one thing: retreating. One of the soldiers asked the captain, "Captain, we are gone. What should be done?" He says, "Burn the boats." Everybody was shell shocked. If I burn the boats, how we will be able to retreat when we lose the war? They say, Captain says, burn each and every boat because we are not retreating. We either live or we die. Each and every boat was burned. There was a complete silence in the entire group, in the entire army. Everybody was shell shocked. But after a minute of silence, things changed. Things changed because the mentality changed. Because what they were thinking initially changed. Now everybody fought with ultimate grit, courage, and clarity, and they actually won the war. Imagine the change wouldn't have happened. Imagine they would have not thought of that change, that they are not fighting for survival now. They are fighting for survival because surviving is sometimes the first step towards thriving. And that is how the change made things happen. So, the decisions you make in your life and the choices you make in your life will not only define as to where you go, but it also defines who you become. So the change is the only universal constant, and consistently changing is the only thing that happens in the universe. So make sure that you change yourself for good and kind of percolate and penetrate into that stencil of yours where you can become successful. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for shedding your light on this topic. Now, with this, I move forward with another participant. I can see the hand off. Yes. Simi Garg.
Seema, let's take one and close. So we are running short on time.
Oh, okay. So, rest of the participants, don't you worry. Next time we'll definitely perform, right? With this, let's move forward with Simi Garg. And Toastmaster Simi Garg, for you, I have a topic, and topic is drop and drop makes an ocean. Drop and drop makes an ocean. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Seema, for giving this wonderful topic. Drop and drop makes an ocean. I'm true example of that. The learning that I'm having day by day, minute by minute. The learning of self-love. I have been a constant self-critic since my childhood. And I was seeing the outcome of that I was just running on a treadmill, but with brakes on. I reflected, and what I noticed that I was becoming my own enemy. And now, coming fast forward 40 years, I am taking those daily steps to inculcate self-love in me. And today, I'm my best friend as of now. I enjoy my own company, and it has helped me tremendously in all the aspects, be my personal life, professional life, and there is a happiness here. I am a happy mind here. So that's how how I'm doing it, uh, drop by drop, is with the daily affirmations. And so in morning when I get up, I read 3 lines to me daily, and that had indeed made an ocean for me. Now I'm able to swim through this ocean of life through that drops of learning daily. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, that's awesome. A fantastic way to look at life and transforming yourself. With this, everybody, I hope you all could, relate with the topics. It's all about consistency is the mother of success and mother of failure, and drop makes an ocean. So find yourself, where are you, and then see how you're going to transform your life through your actions. With this, consistency and continuous efforts, I give this stage back to the Toastmaster of the day. That is none other than Neetal. Toastmaster Neetal, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Seema, beautifully conducting the table topics and interesting topics. And thanks everyone for participating in it. Before I hand over the stage to the general evaluator, I would like to conclude on my topic. So, weightlifting, strength training, resistance training, you name it, anything. So, when you look back into your day-to-day life, if you are able to lift your kids and play with them, if you are able to lift your groceries and walk 2 kilometers or a kilometer or to your parking, or when you go on a travel, if you're able to lift your own luggage, a bag on the back, 2 luggages on the hand, then you're good. You don't require a strength training. But if you're not, I would encourage you to pursue on this aspect. So there are a lot of problems in our everyday day-to-day life. So one thing that can solve is strength training. That's my experience. So 1 year from today, if you like to be stronger, more committed, and actually in shape, and have an athletic type of physique, mentality, clarity, and you would like to see your leaner self of yourself or a stronger self for the people who are very lean with good physique, I would like to ask them to take up this challenge. Ask yourself these questions today. What would achieve your fitness goal truly means to you beyond just look? What has stopped you from staying consistent in the past? What's a non-scale victory you want to experience? How do you handle setbacks in other areas of life? And if you never give up, how do you think you will be yourself in next 6 months to 1 year? And to help you on this path, we have Ashish, Toastmaster Ashish, who has started a club group called Paths. So I would like Toastmaster Ashish to take a minute to explain about his club and how it is helping other accountability partners in their journey.
Hi, Neetal. Okay, that was an unexpected surprise, but thanks for bringing this. It's very close to our hearts, those who are involved, and you are very much part of it. And I think it's a small movement, since we are running a little short of time. I'll be a little fast. It's a small movement of accountability partners who work together. Many of the people from Leaders Connect have also joined us, and I think by this we kind of set our goals. As Toastmaster Mona mentioned, that once you set your goals clearly, your chance of succeeding goes up 40%. And likewise, if you're working with an accountability partner, your chances of succeeding become near 100%. You see me speaking very fast because I'm conscious of time. Back to you, Toastmaster Neetal. Any one of you looking to join it? It costs a lot, by the way. It costs a few smiles and few inspirational posts from your side. but look forward to have your company. Back to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Sure. Thanks, Toastmaster Ashish. So I will post his group details on our club message, and also I'll post some of the YouTube channels which I've been following and some good inspirational books for beginners and also on the overall fitness. I'll post it in our group. Not taking more time, I'll call upon our general evaluator of the day who took Toastmaster Vinod's place because Toastmaster Vinod had to drop out. So Toastmaster Mohit, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. First of all, a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Neetal for conducting such a beautiful session. Thank you, Neetal. And for everyone, now that we've done all the hard work, all the treadmill runs and all the weightlifting, this is that part of the meeting where we will jump into the results, how we did, what we can do better. All that will follow in this evaluation segment. So I would like to start by calling the evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Ashish, who evaluated Toastmaster Vibhanshu's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashish.
Thanks, Toastmaster Mohit. Am I audible and visible to all of you?
Yes.
Super. Toastmaster Vibhanshu, my target speaker, and all present Toastmasters and guests. Today, Toastmaster Vibhanshu did not just break ice, he crushed it. He shared the story of himself and his friend Akash and reminded all of us that once we set our eyes to the sky, it's not so tough to fly. Toastmaster Vibhanshu, you were flying throughout, and I loved your speech. I thought that speech had three wings. The first one was vulnerable personal story, and you moving from okay to being the best salesman was so inspiring. And you shared with us how you went through from starting in your school journey, getting the grades, having the mission of exceeding the score of Akash, and then going on with his friendship, with his help as well, to trying to become better than him. Truly, truly inspiring. The second wing of your story was vigorous passion. I thought that the passion with which you deliver your speech is palpable. It reaches to the audience. And you, I think, are one of the very good example that you prove that you do not need to have perfection for having passion. All you need to have is progress. And I think that was very well displayed through your speech. The third, last but not the least, as they say, was a very valuable message. You ended by sharing with all of us that we should choose our friends and enemies very, very carefully. And of course, having good friends who are better than you and also who are not so good, not so better than you, help you to have the confidence, inputs, and help you keep growing in your life. Wonderful, wonderful icebreaker delivered, Toastmaster Vibhanshu. One recommendation and one challenge I'll give you. One recommendation is with regard to the time. Toastmasters teaches us to value time because attention span nowadays are getting very limited. So therefore, we need to structure our speech such that we are limiting the time. I saw the timer card was up and I thought you went over. Try and see that you practice it more, structure your speech better, and make sure that your speech content is structured within time, number one, and leave yourself with 30-40 second buffer so that and to us. And one challenge is for you to work with your mentor. We might be good, we might be very good, but the journey from good to great is what is bringing us to Toastmasters. I would recommend you from now speak areas one by one. Since it's your first speech, I am not doing nitpicking. Of course, there are a lot for you to work on. I'll challenge you and wish you a fantastic growth journey in Toastmasters. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Toastmaster Ashish delivered his evaluation in a manner which was so encouraging for the speaker. I'm sure, Vibhanshu, you were going to take a lot of learnings back. Just one recommendation for Ashish as the evaluator. we typically say that in Toastmasters, let's refer to the speaker as the speaker instead of addressing to the by the name. And the reason for that is that the learning is not just for the speaker at hand, but for all of us. So just a quick reminder on that. Thank you. I'll move on quickly to our next evaluator, Toastmaster Deepti, who is evaluating Toastmaster Hemant's speech. Over to you, Deepti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. What a lovely speech that I got to evaluate today. And I'm just not saying it for the whim of it. I'll give you solid examples. Because it was an icebreaker, I intend to focus on the speech content and the delivery, and I will evaluate it in 3 areas. What did the speaker excel at? What does he need to work on? And a challenge for the speaker. I think the speaker today excelled at content. There was a clear beginning, body, and an end. He began with vulnerability and honesty in sharing that this was the second icebreaker speech since 2020. How more honest can somebody get? It totally hooked the audience. The body was clearly defined. I will share it in the different phases of my life. That's what the speaker called out. We created a structure with that in the mind. Another hook for the audience. And it kept moving at a fast pace like a movie. We had different scenes at different times. And the end, with a thank you note, calling it a flashback, which had helped him. Beautifully done. All in all, it was sprinkled with humor, references to the double speech, references to college being all boys, disappointments, and even calling out or giving us important takeaways in the sense of humor about Hyderabadi biryani, Chandigarh being an excellent city. Thank you for that sprinkle. It is said that humor keeps a story sticky and keeps the audience hooked. That's what you did today. Beautifully delivered. What I would encourage you to work on is to internalize your speech. You had the opportunity to refer to your notes, maybe cheat, but you did not do that, which is a bravo. But in order to overcome that, how you can actually internalize your speeches by writing it down without seeing it when you're practicing. So once you prepare your speech, deliver in front of the mirror or video record it and then write it down. That has greatly worked for me too. When you're rewriting it down, you also tend to create backup sentences in your mind. So it's a good strategy. Maybe you can use that to work on the speech. And I'll challenge you to rehearse it with timings because you rushed it at the end when you saw the red card. So today, the speaker excelled at the content, sprinkled with humor, honesty, and vulnerability. I would only ask the speaker to work on internalizing their speech so that they don't have a break in between. And I challenge them to rehearse by video recording it for themselves. All the best to you, Hemant. As a speaker, I look forward to your next speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. A fantastic evaluation. I really like the structure, the tips that you've given, and the summary that you added at the end. I'm sure it's very encouraging, and Hemant is taking a lot back. Just one recommendation for you. Did end up becoming a little verbose. A lot of reps are good when it comes to exercising, but when it comes to evaluation, we must make sure we avoid that. All the best. I'll move on quickly to our next evaluator. Let me bring on stage Toastmaster Deepak, who is evaluating Toastmaster Monica's speech today. Over to you, Deepak.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. It was pleasure listening and evaluate to your speech, Toastmaster Monica. I wish we can have some more times to listen you. I remember when timer given you the green signal, green light. So I thought it's just 2 minutes, and timer wrongly given the green card. Hence, I messaged him again that the timing will be 5 to 7 minutes. So, I suffering from fever from last night, but I don't want to miss this opportunity to listen you. If I talk about the variations, the clarity, the speech clarity, the articulation was excellent. Every word was pronounced clearly, making easy to the audience to understand. You maintain a steady pace throughout your speech, which help in delivering your point clearly without rushing. If I talk about the engagement, so you started your speech with question to audience, which help to engage the audience. Your ability to engage the audience and deliver your message with clarity made the entire speech seems like a piece of cake. If I talk about the content, the relevance, speech was highly relevant to the audience, addressing key issues and interest effectively. Well structured, engaging content. The content was engaging and through provoking, keeping the audience interested throughout. The best part, the delivery. The vocal of your delivery was strong with excellent modulation in the pitch and the tone. This kept the audience engaged, emphasized key point effectively. The gesture, the body language was confident and open, which helped to establish a connection with the audience. Confidence, amazing. Logical view, easy to understanding, confident delivery. You delivered your speech with great confidence, which enforced the clarity and impact of the message. Yes, of course, the timing, last but not the least, you finish your speech within the given timelines. I don't have any much to challenge you, but if I talk about the challenge to you, your ability to capture the audience attendance was impressive, even though some moments felt fugacious, quickly passing by without leaving a lasting impact because of blur background. So this is the only one which I took from your speech. So that's all from my sides. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Huge round of applause, Deepak. What a fantastic way of evaluating. You've given a very encouraging feedback, and this is just your debuting as the evaluator. Way to go, Deepak. Just one recommendation for you. It's good to encourage the speaker, but yeah, spend some more time on the aspect of how this aspect can be improved uh, so that the speaker has something to work on. Great. Wish you good luck. Let's move on to our next segment, which is where our tag team players come forward and share their reports. I would like to first call on stage our timer of the day, Toastmaster Shivam. Over to you, Shivam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So the time has come, and the timing report is as follows. Starting with the prepared speech section. We had 3 speakers, starting with Toastmaster Vibhanshu. He took 8 minutes 28 seconds, quite a lot time, but since it was the icebreaker speech, no issues with that. Moving on with Toastmaster Hemant, he took 6 minutes 6 minutes 30 seconds. That's just accurate as per the timelines. Then talking about Toastmaster Monica, she took 7 minutes 41 seconds. Moving on to the table topics. The topics were pretty much interesting. Due to limited time, we had only 4 speakers. Toastmaster Vibhanshu took 1 minute 54 seconds. Moving on, guest Jyoti took 1 minute 35 seconds, followed by Toastmaster Mrinal. He took 2 minutes 13 seconds, followed by Toastmaster Simi. She took 1 minute 55 seconds. Then comes the evaluation. We had 3 evaluators, starting with Toastmaster Ashish. He took 3 minutes 17 seconds, followed by Toastmaster Dipti. She took 3 minutes 45 seconds, and then Toastmaster Deepak. He took 2 minutes 53 seconds. A word of advice from my side is time, often considered as a universal currency, should be considered while delivering a speech so that all events are organized smoothly. Back to you, the general evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit. Thank you.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Shimam, our timer of the day. I'll now like to request our counter of the day, Toastmaster Prem Prakash, to take the stage and walk us through the report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Well, as far as the our counter report is concerned, in communication, we have 3 aspects. One is the verbal, the content, vocal, how we speak, and then the visual, the body language. And this aspect of our counter, comes in the vocal aspect in terms of how we're speaking, the pauses, the vocabulary, the tonality, the volume, and including the pauses and the filler words, which we use. And I'm happy to report that today we did not have very many incidents of speakers using these filler words and others, repeats and so on. I think Hemant, I heard him speak once or twice rather. Then Vibhanshu spoke once and so twice. Then we had Simi, who spoke once and so once. Other speakers were mostly fluent and spoke well. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Mohit.
Thank you, Gano Prem, for the report. Let me call on stage our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Sharad. Over to you, Sharad. Toastmaster Sharad, you are on mute.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. So, as a grammarian, let me call some great lines which is said in the meeting. Like Toastmaster Vibhanshu first used eagerly fly on certain height where no other bird can fly. Toastmaster Monica used individual goals didn't matter until you don't know the bigger picture, vision and imprison. Jyoti said reap is benefit. Simi gave a beautiful topic, drop by drop, make an ocean. Some good vocabulary which used in the meeting grab my attention are that used by Toastmaster Heyman, that is dense forest, pleasure of life. Toastmaster Neetal used longevity, weight-centric mindset, sedentary lifestyle. Mrinal used great, particulate. Ashish used palpable, and Dipti used sprinkler with humor. Now coming to the word of the day, that is fugacious. Unfortunately, nobody used this word, but idiom of the day, that is piece of cake, used by so many, and I'm glad that so many of us use this word, idiom of the day, and it is used by Toastmaster Vinod, Toastmaster Ashish, Toastmaster Vibhanshu, and Toastmaster Deepak. Now, some not so great usage of the word that is grab my attention is size is low. So size is always small or high. So we should small or large. So we should use the correct adjective here, that is small instead of low. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad, for that crisp and clear report. Okay, now I think it's my time to share my overall report of the day. I will share what we did well and just one or two things that we can do even better. So the Sergeant at Arms today was Toastmaster Sharad. He opened the meeting with such an enthusiasm. He got everybody to applaud, which was such a fun and collaborative way to start the meeting. One thing to challenge yourself, maybe if we add like a fact or a short story that can bring in further engagement. Then moving on to our Toastmaster of the day, we had Neetal who came up with such an interesting and relatable topic today, from reps to results. The kind of engagement she brought is really something to learn from. She had a lot of questions for the audience and got everybody hooked from beginning till end. So kudos to that, Neetal. I think one thing to challenge yourself would be how to adjust the content that we bring in as Toastmaster of the day, which is quite a lot sometimes, and with the changing demands of the time, it needs adjustment. So to challenge yourself, you might want to consider how you can adjust your content depending upon how much time we have. Moving on to the general evaluator, we initially had Vinod and I took over from him because he had to drop because of a personal exigency. The kind of enthusiasm and inspiration he brought, the kind of support he provided to his tag team was indeed something to learn from. He brought in examples for the timer and hour counter, which were notable. So kudos on that. And now going to the timer report, Shivam, your enthusiasm and the way your preparation was done was showing on the stage. So kudos to the way you did it. Same for the hour counter, Colonel Prem as well. You were very clear and very crisp with your report. Grabarian as well, very well covered. Overall, for the tag team, just one thing to challenge yourself would be to present a visual report which comes in handy, especially when we are falling short of time. Everybody can look at their own uh, hours and ums, and similarly the timing report, and you can use the time to just share the theme that you draw out of that overall report. Table topics master today was Toastmaster Seema. Kudos to you for bringing in the topics which were completely aligned to the theme of the meeting. You brought in a lot of engagements. There were so many show of hands, which tells us that these are the kind of topics that people feel comfortable in speaking and coming forward. Just one suggestion for you. I think at least one topic was it looked like prepared on the fly. So you may want to keep it simple so that we don't have to repeat the topics. Otherwise, you did fantastic. I've already shared the feedback for the evaluators. So overall, we had a fantastic meeting. Everybody played their part so well, and I'm super happy that we are bringing three clubs together and having so much audience where people can experiment, practice their speeches, and learn from each other. So that's all I have for my report. And now I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day in case she has anything to conclude her session.
Thank
Over
you,
to you, Neetal.
Toastmaster Mohit. Yes. So I would like to conclude with the quotes that we keep reading. Pain is gain, gain is pain, and so on and so forth. So until you practice it, until you go through the pain of consistently lifting weights and repeating it over a period of time, you will not see the results. So any weight training, any form of fitness regime that you follow is not a destination. It's a journey that you have to follow throughout your life. So be conscious of time that you are in right now, around your surroundings, your work life, and see what best fits you. And take up 45 minutes to 1 hour time every day, no matter what and where you are, to follow a routine. And as some of them follow a 10K steps routine, that is a way to go. Keep moving on and try to learn more on the fitness, other forms of fitness which you have not learned so far, and take it up. With this, I'll conclude today's theme of the day and hand over the stage to our presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. I'm certainly going to join a gym or some form of exercise soon. Really inspired from the session. I'm sure many others from the audience are. Thank you. And with that, I would like to request all the ones who are present now to take a moment to share their vote and feedback on the link that you see on the chat window. Toastmaster Shivam, the timer of the day, I'll request you to time us for 1 minute so everybody gets a fair chance to submit their vote and feedback basis, which we'll announce the winners for today. And while that happens, I'll open it up in case anybody has any feedback to share. Especially, I would like to hear from you, Jyoti, how you felt about the session being the guest with us today.
Hello.
Hi, Jyoti.
Yes, sir. Sir, I found the session very interactive and very lively also. And everyone was I think everyone, like almost everyone got chance to speak. Like some people were some were speaking and some were evaluating. So every like almost everyone got a chance. So I like that thing that everyone is doing something, and the topics were also very engaging, and I liked it a lot. Hello.
That's great, Jyoti. Thanks for sharing your feedback.
Yes.
And we are open to having you join us. We have three clubs here, like whichever you prefer. You can reach out to me or Sharad, and we'll be happy to take you forward. You
Yes,
could
sir.
join or want to know further about Toastmasters or the club.
I
Okay.
guess I connect with you.
Okay. Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you.
Okay. So it looks like some folks are not able to open the link. Is that still the case? Neetal was able to vote. She's saying, are others able to open this link and submit your vote? Let's give another 30 seconds for everyone to vote, and we will announce the results basis that.
First, Zoom poll, something would be there, right?
Sorry, Neetal?
Zoom poll would be there. No? I don't know how to use, but yeah, polls. Yeah.
Okay, I think I started opening now, so at least some people are able to vote. Let's
Okay.
give it another try, and if it doesn't work, then we will find another way, maybe offline. But
Okay.
I'll just, yeah, let's just give it a few seconds. Okay, I see that many people are able to vote, so I'm sorry if some of you are not able to still open it. But we have the results now, so let's go with the announcements for the best prepared speaker. Today goes to Toastmaster Monica. Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Monica. The best table topic speaker today goes to. Okay, it's clear. We have a clear winner with Toastmaster Minal. Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Minal. Way to go, Minal. You're already on your journey to the district level table topics contest. And this is a testimony to that, I guess, that you're on the right path. Now, our
Thank you, Mohit sir.
best evaluator for the day goes to. Looks like we have a tie here. Unless some more votes come in today now. Just do another refresh to see if we are able to break that tie. We'll give it to Toastmaster Ashish. Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Ashish as the evaluator for the day. Best role player for the day goes to. Okay, you'll have to bear with me. Some slowness here. The best role player goes to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Neetal Jain. Huge round of applause for Neetal. And the best auxiliary role player goes to the timer of the day, Toastmaster Shivam. Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Shivam. Okay. So we come to an end to this amazing meeting. Thank you all for joining. See you all next week. Until then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.